Guys, what I'm about to show you is one of the most absolutely ridiculous, jaw-dropping fish houses on the planet. Today, I'm here with Grant Eder from Eder of Eden?
The Garden of Eden.
Garden of Eder, Grant Eder.
Yes.
Damn it, I always do everybody's names wrong. So Grant is here in Tampa, Florida area. This is crazy. In Grant's house, how many aquariums are here?
So there's 500 tanks total in the house. Not all of them are entirely filled up and running yet. Shelby's working on a couple of tanks. She's scaping them and taking her time.
Right.
But all the air system's done. I'm counting my job done. There's 500 tanks in the house.
The crazy part about it is this is his, what would this be, dining room?
Oh, the entry room, but yeah, this was part of the living room.
Okay, we got to do a quick lightning tour of, because I came in and then I came over here, I was like, what the? So here's his kitchen. And then, guys, this is crazy. You think that you have a lot of fish tanks. You think you've seen a lot of fish tanks. You think that you have a lot of aquariums in your home. But watch this. This is the thing that just cracked me up, is they come around this side and we're still in the kitchen. We're still in the tile area. And we go around here to his living room that he created, where he live streams and he does his channel and stuff. It's just more fish tanks with a place to play video games, watch TV. This is, well, I gotta say, Grant, is it too much? Are you crazy?
I don't think it's too much. I'm happy with what I'm doing. I'm living the dream, and I think 600 tanks would be a little too much.
Yeah, that's the line.
But the thing is if I can do 500 tanks, nothing's automated, and if I can maintain this for a year or two, and we move into a bigger facility, I could easily do more than 1,000 tanks if they're all on automated water change system.
Well, let's continue just showing where all the tanks are in your house, and then let's talk about what's in them and more specifics about them, because they're just everywhere. But it's not like they're just random tanks. Obviously, these are like professionally done. We got some do-it-yourself aquarium racks. These do look really, really good. It's just so shocking to actually see in person, because I heard about this place, but I wasn't expecting this. It's everywhere. Anywhere
people have like a china cabinet or a piece of art, I put an aquarium stand. So
yeah.
There's got to be some blank walls for room to move about.
just to walk.
So we might have, some tanks on a shelf up there. We might. But this is my daughter's room. She's got her art table, so the tank is basically just like the light for her artwork. She's got her aquascape tank over here. She's got her panther chameleon in the closet. And then we've got 36 10-gallon tanks here.
And, okay, so I thought the same thing. When I first started touring around, I was like, okay, I couldn't imagine putting this type of pressure or stress or filling my house out like this, because the family would be so bad. No. Grant's wife does this as well, and she loves it. However, it was your daughter that wanted this in her room.
So somebody asked her how many tanks she had in her room, and she got really upset. And I was like, Layla, you want tanks in your room? And she goes, yeah. I'm like, what do you want? She goes, a rack like Jaden. So when we go into Jaden's room, he's got this same exact rack in there. And I go, I can put all fish in it? And she's like, one tank for fish. So it was down here on the bottom. However, she's got her Vienna guppy here in the tank there, so she's got her fish in the room.
And she scaped this all on her own.
Yep, she beat her brother last year at the Florida State Fair. That's a little contest that
and
are
how old is
lucky
she?
Enough. She was 9 when she scaped that. She's 10 now.
Yeah, I was gonna say she looks pretty young. She was small.
But these are all pretty high-end Caradina tanks. We've got your Galaxy.
We'll take a really close look. Okay. I just want to finish making sure these guys know what we're in for. And
got one other room that's full of tanks at least.
And this is your son's room.
Yes. So
which he has a super cool loft bed that goes up there.
And he had
Wait, does he sleep this way?
He changes it up. He's
a
wild
big
sleeper.
Bed.
He kicks violently.
It's super cool though. Look at all the guns and stuff up on the wall.
He's got his leopard geckos underneath. This is his scape tank. And then here's the exact same rack that was in Layla's room that he had wanted.
Yeah, so it's identical in dimensions and
Yeah.
how many tanks.
We had a 40-gallon rack with 3 40-gallons that was actually on that side and some 55 gallons, but I took those out so I could add this this rack of 20 10-gallons.
Mm-hmm.
So there's more tanks in here than there was before. We actually had a hot water leak come up underneath the floor, and I had to gut the entire room and rethrow all the tanks in. So it really came out nicely. I do have one more room for you though to see.
There's another room?
There is another room.
I thought
I gotta sleep somewhere, right?
you didn't put them in your room, did you? In your bedroom?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Because of
Grant, this is the only time I'll let a man bring me to his bedroom. There better be fish tanks. Oh my lord!
So these are Shelby's scape tanks. She's taking her time.
Oh,
she's
yeah.
She's got 2 of them already done. So this
Yeah.
whole row is going to flow. It's all going to be dragonstone
Right.
and spiderwood.
And then this one
And
will
then
be
this
all-
row is going to be staggered. It's going to be different in every single tank. And then she'll do Ceru stone in this row, and then all random ones on the bottom.
That
But
is wild.
She's planning on doing like a 36 days straight of aquascaping, and then there will be 36
On your
days-
channel?
on her social medias at Shelby K Scapes.
Okay.
And then she's also
You're gonna have to send
do
me all the
36
links.
days of planting them too.
That's
so-
crazy.
And then we've got her rack for Caradina shrimp tanks. She's got some of her shrimp scattered throughout the house.
Do you know what I would do? I'd be getting up on the top here, and this thing would chop me up every time, just bang me in the back of the head. How are you getting up there? Is there ladders everywhere?
We actually have a ladder by every single rack, or the living room has 2
do you know what would be
ladders.
super cool? And you got to do it to at least one. I
The
was trying to
librarian slide.
Yeah.
I was going to do that on the 110-gallon rack, but then there
So-
wasn't enough room for
and
the
the ladder
90,
does
so-
come out quite a bit from the.
Yeah.
Probably be tripping on it all the time.
Yeah.
I was trying to tell Lucas
in
to
the
do
warehouse. We'll go 5 high on a row, and
Yeah.
I'll have the librarian ladder going across.
That'll be insane.
I've wanted it for a while.
This is what if I didn't have my 16-foot long tank, and maybe next year I'll rip it apart so I can do this, and I think I can put 100 or 200 of these types of tanks just like this, but I don't know what I would breed or do. I'd like to do discus, grow oats, but definitely want to do shrimp too. I don't know if I actually will, but when I get around this type of stuff, I'm like, oh, I want to do that too. So we'll see how many people in the comments right now. Let me know, would you have this many aquariums if you were allowed? Because, oh boy, is there, what is, so Shelby is Grant's better half, his wife, and mother to the 3 children, and you also live here and approved of all of this. But you were telling a story earlier where you did draw the line on something. Can you tell us what it was?
So I did draw the line on tanks going above the door. You know, I just kind of felt like that was a little bit unnecessary risk to be walking under glass and water. So I do draw the line in some things.
500 aquariums is fine, but one more? No.
No, can't have an uneven.
It would be kind of cool to walk under it, but what if you do knock it or it falls? Or...
Yeah, it was just a little concerning on safety. Otherwise, it would be really cool. Don't get me wrong. I'd put it in the ceiling if I could.
I thought a bare bottom axolotl tank though would have been sick walking underneath.
No, a stingray tank, but obviously it's not big enough, and you can't have stingrays in Florida.
I could get a permit, but it would be for educational purposes
Yeah,
only.
I'd put an Asian arowana up there. Oh, you have koi.
Yeah, so we actually have about 36 koi in the pool, and then 2 diamondback terrapins. The diamondback terrapins are brumating, so you probably won't see them in the pool this time of the year.
How many koi are in here?
36.
Now, there is a story behind, because this is in Florida, and I was like, there's no way if I lived in Florida and I had this beautiful pool out back that I would turn it into a pond. But let's just get that out of the way. Why is this a pond? You already told me.
So there's a sinkhole underneath. And at one point it was cracking and we were having issues and kept having to fill in the hole, or not fill in the hole, but fill out the cracks. And I just kind of got tired of constantly having to fix and battle it. So instead, we went just below the crack and I turned it into a koi and turtle pond. We do a lot of time on the river, and me and Shelby are both competitive swimmers. So when we do go swim, we usually like to go to a lap pool where we have a lot more room to swim 50 yards and stuff like that at a time.
You do have the tarp to combat with algae, but obviously, depending on the time of year, it's probably going to peak up or whatever.
So this year,
why don't you swim in here with these guys? Do you ever swim with them?
So we do, especially when we have to clean and do stuff like that. This year with the baby, and we had some insurance issues in the beginning of the year, I kind of bit off more than I could chew this year.
Yeah.
As soon as I got done with the pool water changes and the deep maintenance, I did it like 2 weeks early than I should have. I should have waited because all of these trees dumped a ton of pollen and leaves into the pool.
Nasty.
And I never got a deep clean to get it all out. So
yeah, bit off a little more than you could chew. I guess with 500 aquariums, you could say that. Is this a bog filter?
Yeah, it's kind of just like a trickle down filter growing with a plant out of it.
And why is so this is your return?
That's just a drain so I can do a water change on it.
Okay.
And I use it to water my plants that I got going
Nothing's
out there.
going on in here or there?
Nothing right there.
What's that thing?
What's that?
What's that? Is that like a deck? Just a
deck?
deck?
There's a hot tub underneath it.
Oh, do you got fish in that?
Not at the moment because the insurance issues, they required us to put a cover over the deck and build the fence.
Yeah, the fence is a big one.
So I did that, and I kind of haven't really done anything out back here since. The koi and the turtles, all the water from the house
gets
drained into my pool.
Yeah.
So when the pool level gets too high, I pull that lever and it drains the pool, but all of the water from the house goes in here, so it recycles the water, and I don't have to spend extra water to do my water changes outside.
But no fish in the hot tub yet?
No. There used to be shrimp. One of my buddies
I was just going to make fun of
day.
you. I was going to say, you didn't put fish in there. What an amateur. But it used to be shrimp.
There honestly might be shrimp still in there. There's still a good water level. There's just no water flowing through it. But one day my friend called me up. He's like, hey, dude, what are you doing? He's trying to kill time. He's a post worker. And I was like, dude, I got to catch like 500 shrimp out of my hot tub. And he couldn't stop laughing.
This is absolutely insane. And you are sane, right? There's nothing. What is... Okay, Grant, this is getting... What the... These are all shrimp tanks?
Yeah, so each one has its own colony of shrimp in it. We've got some yellows and snowballs down there, greens, orange.
Which one can you see the easiest?
In the greenhouse.
I got to see a colony of shrimp.
So we've got the tarp over it to keep the dragonflies out. It helps a little bit with the shade. But remember all my plant stuff? So this is me and my daughter. About once a week when it's warm out, we'll come out here and we'll do like 6 to 12 bins. We'll propagate a lot of these plants.
These are aquarium plants.
Yep, they're all aquarium.
What the?
And then I have another 160 bins still that I have to fill out.
This is nuts. Oh, this would have been like a pool house or something, like a mini bar.
Yeah, this was our tiki bar. I'm going to turn that into a reptile hut. I haven't had time to do it yet, but my kids want reptiles, so the cricket farm is going to go out here with all the worm bins and probably get a tortoise to roam the backyard here soon. Here, come check out the turtles first. So I do have the adults in the pool, but these are the ornate diamondback terrapins.
Look at the white heads.
So they're actually like a bluish gray, and the Pokemon Squirtle is based off of these.
No way.
Yep.
How do you know that?
It's just
lure.
common
knowledge?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just something I know. There's not really anything back here. That's all a work in progress.
You have a huge greenhouse?
I have my RO
But this
system.
is your property as well?
Yeah.
And you have all those totes over there too?
So I've got my RO system being rebuilt right now, and all of the wastewater, I've got enough connections in line to run out here, and I'm gonna do a drip system off of the wastewater, so it'll have constant refresh of water, and I won't have to worry about anything. These are turtle bins. I've got some musk turtles in here. They're just a little murky because there's no filtration. I use the LRB method sometimes.
All right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give this a shot and maybe do it myself. What do you do about these cold fronts? It doesn't bother the shrimp at all? Or?
90-degree temperatures in the summer, no problem. 30-degree temperatures in the winter, no heaters, no chillers. They are completely fine in the Florida extreme or mild weather. It doesn't matter.
All right, so give me an example of like a bin there. You know, there's lots of shrimp, and can you like just grab some like that? Like, is it that much?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty easy. Each bin has its own net. There doesn't look like there's a lot of shrimp in here because it's green water.
It looks like nothing's in here.
But I won't even go all the way around.
Oh, damn. That is crazy.
No culls.
You keep them all?
Well, so I don't have to cull this colony. They're really high grade. But the barrel behind me, all of the culls go into this barrel. So we've got black, yellow, blue, red, green, and then any of the ugly ones, if I catch them in the net.
So a cull, for people that don't know, it's a necessary evil in fish keeping, but in shrimp, I've never heard of culling them because are you saving them?
So a lot of people will buy the culls because I'll sell them for like half the price that I do as the high grades.
Oh,
because
so
they're
they just
not-
want shrimp. They
they're
don't
not
care
as
if it's
nice.
yeah.
They're not the right color. But some people, they're worried about their first time shrimp keeping.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll try and buy the cheaper options. If they can keep those, then they'll upgrade and go for
So
the
wait a
more
minute.
hardier ones.
So let's say you had good one of here of this kind.
Mm-hmm.
What would one of those cost?
$6.
$6?
Yeah.
They're like 20 something in Canada. And then what's a cull cost?
Half that. So I would sell the culls for like $2.50 to $3.
I'd be fair, man. I'd just be buying culls all day because I can't really see the colors anyway. And you're right. Like, even if they'd be dropping dead every left, right, and center in my water, but Tamara seems to be able to keep them.
I think you'd be surprised. It's all about where you get the shrimp. If you buy the shrimp from a home breeder, somebody that's taking care of their shrimp, and they haven't changed hands 4 or 5 times before they even made it to a pet store, you're going to have a lot better chances of keeping and raising those shrimp than if you just bought off of a pet store or an importer or something like that.
how many-
There's so much stress in shipping.
How many aquariums were in the house, did you say?
500.
And how many's outside?
70 ponds or tubs, I don't know what you'd exactly call them, are set up and running in some fashion, and then I've got the 30 other ones over there.
So everything that you just have shown me so far, is that it?
Yeah, for the most part.
That
Except
wasn't that
for
much.
the garage.
That wasn't that many. You have a
I can't show you the garage. That's the only place that's it's
oh, it's
it's
too,
mountains
it's too messy.
of
Yeah.
aquarium equipment and stuff that I gotta.
I was
turn into a
joking, like,
studio.
oh, that's it. I mean, it's 600-700 aquariums. What else am I supposed to say? Like, geez, that was overwhelming. Okay, before we jump into the house and really go over some details and the nitty gritties, I wanted to give you guys a decent overview of what to expect, so if you'll know if you want to keep watching or not. I'm going to do this in 2 parts. This part is just a general tour, and then we'll get down into the nitty gritty, really exploring the aquarium, seeing how they work, maybe some stories and whatnot. And if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe if you're not already. If you want to check out Grant in advance, I'm going to drop links to his wife's YouTube channel so you can follow along with the 31 days of escaping or 28 days of escaping.
36.
36. Brand has a YouTube channel as well, but most importantly, his website where you can go buy all of his culls like I would do. Just buy it completely out. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already. I'll see you guys in the next video.